All right, guys, back to question one. If you're new to my channel, don't leave without subscribing. I post math videos and also civil engineering related content for those that are taking the college route soon after matric, whenever you decide to do civil engineering or any other engineering. And also, this channel here is going to grow to be one of the biggest YouTube channels that informs you guys on anything engineering related, vlogs and a lot of interesting stuff are going to be released as time goes. So there's a lot on the table. It's going to be really helpful if you subscribe. Right. Now, moving on. This question here is a calculator question. I really don't know what to say if you went into this exam, and you took this question for granted. You just didn't revise what to do with the calculator. You press. Okay, I did the pressing of the buttons already, and I can't take you through the exact steps of how you do it. But I think you just press mode. Okay, yeah, you just press mode, press button number two, press button number two again, and then it's going to show you what you're looking for. Okay, and what you're going to look for is the one that says a, I think, plus bx, right? This is the equation that we will be using, or the option that you will choose on your calculator. Okay, and don't tell me you went there without a calculator, because what were you thinking? Okay, this question: determine the equation of the least squares regression. You take your calculator and then it shows you two columns, one that has x and one that has y. In the place of x, we'll just put these values because why not? In the place of y, we'll put these values here because, okay, actually, we need to have a reason. Let's just read. Grade 11, there are 11 years. What? 11 years? There were 11 years of the same model or same cars. Ooh, okay. Because 11 years, at least there should be 12. You get what I mean? What are we doing with 11 years? What happened to the other year? Okay, anyways, there were 11 cars of the same model for sale at a car dealership, maybe Toyotas. Okay, the age in years of, okay, corresponding. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, guys, let's just treat this as our Y. Okay, should we though? Selling price of the car. Oh yes, let's read this again. There were 11 cars of the same model for sale at the same car dealership. Okay. The age in years of each car and its corresponding selling price. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be our X. Okay. Right. That's what we do. We just put that in the calculator. Make sure you don't erase anything on your calculator or it's chai. Okay, now let's find out the equation of the least squares regression. After this, you've put your values in the calculator. I would like to bring your calculator on the board, but it won't work. It won't work. Okay, so we'll just say, let me just give you the answers, guys. Let me just give you the answers. After all, that's what you guys are here for, not corrections. Okay, this is the equation y, and then I think there's a head there is equal to a plus bx. Right. This is what you should have had in your calculator. Okay, not in your calculator, in your answer. Okay. Why are the numbers so big? 331397. It makes sense they're big because we have those car values, those prices. So that's why this number is huge. 0.9631. Okay. Well, you could round that off. Okay. Actually, that is not the entire answer. What is happening? What am I doing? That is not the entire answer. Okay. Let me just can't rewrite the entire. Okay. Actually, uh, let's rewrite the entire number there. Here's our equation, ladies and gentlemen. Y is equal to, our A is 331,397.196. Okay, next, our B. Let's find out what our B is. AC, shift 10, shift 1, option 5, 2, which is our B. Again, it's a negative, so it's not a positive. It's going to be minus 229 88.32. What I'm doing feels so wrong. It feels so wrong, but what could you do? What could you do? Okay, we need to put an X over there. I'm sure they're not asking you about to describe this value, right? Okay, it's not the one that we have to describe, by the way. Predict the selling price of the similar car at this dealership that is 5 years old. So if we're predicting in the place of X, we'll just put 5. Okay, that is what that is all about. So we'll say we'll just use this equation, rewrite it, right, with all those numbers, and then substitute 5 in the place of X. That is what I'm going to do here. It's going to be a very gruesome task. 397.196 minus 22988.32 times 5. Okay, the price of this car is supposed to be 216,455.596. Round them off if you prefer, because this is going to be 60. Okay, it's fine. Right, so this is the price. This is for this question we're done. This we are done. Now use the correlation coefficient to show whether this prediction is valid or not valid. Okay, so back to the calculator again. What do we press this time? Data? Nope. Sum? Nope. 4, right? Nope, we're not supposed to press 4. Shift again. 1. Let's press number 5. Yes, the value of R is option 3. And our answer is going to be Y is equal to minus 0.94. Okay, what does this mean? You need to describe the nature of these values here. I mean, you need to describe if the prediction is valid or invalid, right? I hope you guys still remember how to describe that, or you went in there knowing how to interpret it, right? So usually if it is positive, if this sign was positive, then we would say it is what? It is a perfect positive linear correlation. But this one is a negative, so we'll say what? It's a negative, strong, or perfect. It's not perfect because it's not -1. So it's going to be strong negative linear correlation. Okay. Will it give you positive? I mean, what do they say? Will it give you what is this? A good answer? Is that the question? Okay. Whether the prediction is valid or not. I, I would say the prediction is valid, right? Because we have our value of R in between 1 and -1. So it has to be valid, okay? Because this is just the relationship. The value of R is our relationship between the two what? Our two, what do we call them? Between the two variables that we have X and Y. So the value of R is just the relationship between the two, between the X and the Y. So we can see that our value is negative, right? It's a strong negative correlation, right? Linear correlation. Okay, so it is valid. The answer is going to be valid. Yes, it's valid because that is the value. Now, use the answer to write down or estimate the average yearly. Okay, use the answer in question 1.1, which is this equation, guys. Right, to write down the estimated average yearly decrease in the selling price of these cars, of these 11 cars. What are they saying? Use the answer, which is that equation, okay, to write down the estimated average decrease. To write down the estimated average decrease. Estimated average decrease. How would we answer this question? Estimated average decrease. Okay, when you look at this, it's a 1 mark question. We're using that. So guys, the answer, it sounds as if I'm just guessing, but our answer is going to be the B, the -2, right? Write down the estimated average yearly decrease in the selling price. Guys, it's going to be this is going to be Rand 22,000, guys. 22,988.32. Okay, because why not? All right, it's the gradient. When you look at this is a straight line and it's a gradient, and it is that gradient that controls your outcomes basically. You guys are in grade 12. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. So guys, that is how you get yourself 8 marks. Okay, if you had a different answer, don't be shy to comment below. Okay, comments, let us see what you got. All right, next video, you gotta subscribe to know what the next video is based on. All right, until we meet again in that video, cheers.